Evening. Welcome to the Confetti Bar. What can I get for you? What do we have? Well, we have a lot for you to have. Take a look at this mix menu. You could try our Flamingo Bling, a nice hot pink confetti mix. There's Cheers for that more elegant celebration style. Hugs and Kisses, Own Your Magic. We've got mixes for all your celebratory needs. We even have biodegradable and natural options. What do you think you'd like to try? You want to try Unicorn Party? A classic choice. There you go. Toss one back. Into the air or on the counter, wherever makes you feel happiest. Let me know if you need anything else.
Greetings from Confetti Land,
home of the Confetti Bar. I'm Jessica, founder and confetti artist.
And I'm Alexis, head of happiness. Join us here in this magical, colorful place where we
have fun,
feel feelings,
and encourage you to embrace your unique version of happiness and all of its beautiful, messy pieces.
We are so excited to have you join us. Hey, confetti friends! We are going to have some fun getting to know our confetti queen and king better today. You already know Jessica. She is typically my co-host, but today I get to put her and Clifford in the hot seat. Though they don't really need an introduction because you already know them, we are going to roll out the confetti carpet for them. So, Jessica is our chief confetti thrower.
That me.
She is our confetti artist and delights in creating unique, bright, and engaging content. At the core of everything she does is her mission to spread happiness, color, and, of course, confetti. Welcome, Jessica.
Well, thank you for having me.
And Clifford, he is our director of digital awesomeness. He keeps the technical side of the Confetti Bar running smoothly and strategically, including this talk show. And if his voice sounds familiar, it's because he adds all the fun intros and outros to our shows. So welcome, Clifford.
Yay.
Hi.
Yay.
Truly, y'all are just like such fun people, and I'm very excited to give the rest of the world a bit of a taste of that. With some fun little questions.
Oh boy.
Shall we jump right in?
I think we should.
I don't know. Are we ready for this?
You're ready.
I'm not ready.
You're ready.
I'm not ready, but I'm ready.
Sounds
Well,
good. Let's do it.
All right. I've got some warm-up questions. Usually we ask these questions to our visitors, and I think that it'd be fun to hear y'all's answers. So, pick who wants to go first. They had no warning. They have no
Well, it's
idea
not the
what's
silly
about to
segment
happen.
yet, so we got some time.
Oh, goodness.
You do?
I didn't. Why did I not put two and two together that she was going to do that?
That was the only thing I was focused on, is like, what is she going to say in the silly segment? Like, forget the rest.
Did not even cross my mind.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
You never know what I have up my sleeve.
Oh, goodness.
Peanut butter, no jelly, no!
Okay. I vote Cliff goes first.
All right. All right, Cliff. So you get to go first. What does confetti mean to you? And then Jessica, you can answer.
Oh, goodness. Okay, let me prepare.
Oh, what does confetti mean to me? I think confetti means Jessica. No, I mean, she does, but I would say changes. Confetti to me means changes, not only in the construction of confetti, turning it from a paper or type of material into the product of something you'd throw around or have on display, but on a meaningful level to me. I was not a confetti person way back in the day, as somebody growing up, it's like, I being a boy, and turning into a man, I guess. I don't know. I'm still a man child in my mind. But like, I wasn't really into, I'm still not into sports. Like, the most sporty thing I do is run around with our daughter, Emmy, playing, like, kicking a soccer ball around or playing outside. I don't follow sports teams. I don't do any of those types of things. I mean, I play video games, and that's one of my passions. But I was never into, like, the guy things. So like I'd always have interest in some of like, cutesier things here and there too. So it's like, oh, embracing confetti. Oh, you don't do that. No, it's not, no, but like stupid gender norms and all that. Then, I met Jessica and we've had this amazing life together. And she, she's told the story 1,000 times, but about how she woke up one morning and said, I want to start a confetti shop. And I went, okay. And it was like, let's see what this means. And, I just know that when she had a great idea, she puts her all into it. And I was there to help her 1,000%. And she really taught me how to embrace confetti, not by like, I'm going to teach you to embrace confetti, but just like through the exposure of all the fun things that come with it and all the people we've met along the way and just everything involved. It's like, put the crown on, Confetti King. Let's go. Like, throw the confetti, throw the glitter, like glitter washes off. Who cares? Like embrace the moment and all the messy moments and, worry about cleanup later. So it's a change in life.
Wow. What a solid answer. That's good. I like that.
I shouldn't have gone last because I don't know that I can top that.
You've sealed your fate.
Yes, I have.
Well, I mean, we also have heard some of what confetti means to you in other episodes.
Yes, I think my hardest part is like, we all know confetti means all of the things to me. But if I had to distill it down into one thing, I think I would say more than anything to me, confetti means hope. And it is like the hope that there is always joy and there is always happiness and there is always something to celebrate, even if it's not, quote unquote, a happy thing. But it's the hope that there will be more happy things around the corner.
I love that so much. That's real good.
See, you had a great answer. I was going to say, like, you were...
Well, good night, folks.
Good night, everybody.
That's it.
I was going to say earlier, it's like, oh, you're worried about giving an answer, even though you have like well over a decade of writings and emails and blog posts and conferences and
but that's
you've been on podcasts,
like, distilling it down.
And you do your own.
I don't know, the pressure of like on our own show answering that all important question of what does confetti mean to you? It feels very, very intimidating.
You get the answer wrong and unsubscribe.
You're gonna kick me off the show.
Unfollow.
Next time it's just Alexis. Next week it'll just be Alexis and Cliff.
No.
Greetings from Alexis.
Alexis land.
Oh my gosh.
And
that's horrifying.
She has to redo the theme song, so she just has a kazoo.
I would actually pay to hear that.
All right, we're sending her a kazoo. You need to record that. That'll be an intro in one of the episodes.
I've got some kazoos in my coffee table.
Of course he does.
I'll mix it in with the theme song.
Oh my
god,
gosh.
that's your homework.
New Cliff intro. It'll be like a concert hall, at the audience. It's like introducing, now playing live, solo show Alexis.
Like
and then the theme song will be the kazoo. Or a recorder.
It'll be like it'll be like the Titanic recorder one.
Oh gosh.
You haven't seen that video?
I don't.
It's like from many
years
ago. Somebody.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to send it to her,
and
then
me.
Alexis, you will need to play our theme song on the kazoo, and everyone can look forward to hearing that at a later time.
Okay. Listen.
To the
I'm the one interviewing y'all. And now
we've hijacked the show back. For the uninitiated, look it up, like Titanic recorder version, and when you hit the song and you're like, am I sure I'm listening to the right version? Yes, that is the right version.
Oh my gosh.
Enjoy and laugh.
When you laugh,
wow,
it's the right version.
I can't wait. Holy smokes. Okay. Jess, do you want to go first on the next question?
Okay.
What would currently make up the confetti mix of your life?
Okay. It would be lots of rainbow colors.
Mm-hmm.
There would be glitter. There would be sprinkles. There would be just a touch of anxiety, a little bit of overwhelm.
Always good.
It would probably smell like cotton candy.
Mm.
And lots and lots of glitter that Emmy Joy probably threw and dumped in there.
Good, good.
And a lot of love.
Oh,
That would
that's a really
be
happy
my
mix.
confetti mix. Yeah, that would be it.
I like it. All right, Clifford, what's your confetti mix?
My confetti mix is dark and dangerous and evil and yeah, this is a tough one. Yeah, I mean, I guess it would just be. I mean, I go for mix of like some blacks, blues, and reds, like the nice darker muted colors that I like. Maybe a little indigo mixed in there. Throw some of that anxiety in there, definitely, but with
just share it around.
There you go. We'll do a little sprinkle of nihilistic optimism. You know, it's all good. But just gratitude and joy, and just a grateful confetti mix for all that I have in my life. And I would also want the confetti to be audible confetti.
Oh.
So confetti you can hear.
At
least in the current stage of my life now, I spent like
Uh-huh.
the first half of my life being a visual person, making a lot of designs and graphics and playing video games and things like that. So, but I also have had music incorporated in that. But now in the second stage, I'm doing a lot more with the voice stuff, playing music and everything, and just like getting more into the audio side of things. So I think my confetti would be have that visual that I like, but get some audio component in there. You could hear
Very
it plays
cool.
music or something.
Mm-hmm.
I also think you should add some little running shoe shapes, and you would have pieces
Ooh.
that say "Best Dad Ever."
Aww. And this
I
is
will
why she's the
Venmo
confetti.
you my $20 later.
This is why she's the confetti artist, you guys.
Yes, she is.
I can't
I do
design
like
my own
running,
mix.
so
I'm my own worst client, but I could design anybody else's mix.
I'm the same way. I do websites. I can design a website for just about anybody, and my website is still under construction. It's just like, here's a few YouTube videos of my work, and it's a white page. I need somebody to design my site for me.
All right, listeners, somebody out there, help us out. Oh my gosh, that's
confetti,
awesome.
You will be paid in confetti.
Yes, the best kind of payment, honestly.
We are parents, so we don't have a lot of cash to give you for a website redesign right now. As is, I'm working on the Confetti Bar website redesign, so my time is filled there with web work.
Mm-hmm. Lots happening.
Stay tuned, listeners.
Yes, stay tuned. Alrighty, whoever wants to go first on this, you just go for it. What are 3 things currently that make you happy?
Clifford, Emmy Joy, confetti.
Clifford almost made it there twice.
Clifford,
Wow.
Emmy Joy, and Clifford.
Yes. I was about to say, I was going to jump in and say Jessica, Emmy, and then stall on a third thing because I'm trying to think of what the third thing would be. I don't know. This microphone, I guess, like the symbolism of, like working on this podcast, working on different auditory things that just, have been changing the direction of our lives, which has been awesome. So I'm grateful for that. So, yeah.
I'd say those are very happy things all around. Well done, everyone. All right, let's talk a little bit more about y'all. I love a good meet cute story. So would y'all want to share
Uh-oh.
how y'all met / fell in love with our confetti folks?
You know, I think I just heard the milk go bad. I gotta go.
Cliff was just talking about this earlier. He's like, we're gonna.
I called this question coming a mile
We're gonna have
away.
to talk about it.
I mean, sorry to be
Here we go.
predictable, but
Okay,
it's
no.
so
All right.
fun.
Well, listen.
This is the part where I get canceled from the internet, but it's fine.
No, it's fine. Okay, so
No.
it might sound a little bad at face value, but I promise it wasn't. So let's just bear in mind that we have been together for 17 years. We have
Recently,
a wife and
right?
a daughter, and yes.
Yep.
So it's been a while, and now it's no longer creepy. But we met when I was 15, and now Cliff is 5 years older than me. So I was 15, almost 16. So he was 20.
We're like a week or two
21.
away from 16,
So,
but yeah.
You know, but Cliff and his family were very involved in our local town's public access station. And at the time, I was very into video production, and that's kind of like what I was going to go to college for and all of that. So I volunteered, and there's something in our town called Celebrate Wallingford where it's like a whole town thing. And at the time, they used to do these like holiday greetings where people from the town could come in and the green screen and like record little holiday greetings. So I was on the camera with a headset, and Cliff was in the control room, and we just talked all day because that was just sort of what we did. And we just kind of got along, I guess. By the end of it, did you ask for my number? I don't even remember at this point, honestly.
I think I might have mentioned
You
like
must
exchanging
have.
numbers because
We must
I know you
have,
had an
'cause-
interest in video. So
Yeah,
it
maybe
was like,
maybe
which I
that was the guys. You were like, oh, if you need help with video.
I mean, I honestly
Um,
wanted to be there because I've done video for so long at that point. Like, if I can give any tips, and I do stuff at public access a lot at the time, so you know, was trying to be friendly.
After that, we were just friends, like for a while. We didn't start dating until I was 17, but still 5 years older at the time. Was a little, you know. I don't know if Cliff would like to give his take on the situation. But.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was just like you were fun to talk to. It was like, you know, just nice, genuine person. And it was funny because it's like I know I wasn't the best of people back in the day when I was like high school / college level. I was going through a lot, but I've also had dated people in the past and who are around my age. And it's funny because like with my brain, I feel like I'm younger than I actually am. So even back then I felt like I was younger. So I connected better with like, not with my peers per se, but like, you know, those are kind of around. I'm still a kid inside, but for some reason, something about Jessica, even back then, she seemed more together and more mature, forward thinking than people that I had interacted with that were in my age bracket. And it just seemed like this is somebody, you know, like, oh, connect with this person. We talk video, seems very creative and fun. Like, you know, it's like, hey, you know, I was definitely like saying this is a good person. So
now I will
more.
say when we did go on our first date, again, it was like a year plus later, like our first actual date. I came home, we went to like the movies or something, and he came and like, you know, met my mom and everything, and he, you know, he's a very friendly, like chatty guy. And so I remember he like left, and my mom was like, oh, like he's very nice. And I was like, yeah, I'm not so sure, I'm not really feeling it, like I don't know, I didn't really like him at first. At least not like that. So I was like, I don't know. But then he obviously grew on me, so here we are. 17 years later,
like a fungus, I grew on her, and she hasn't been able to get rid of me.
I mean, I think the real story was by the time, so at the time we had lived in a condo and he had lived up the street, and I needed internet in my room at the time, and you know, we needed to like run a cable, and he knew how to like make a cable, so he was able to come and like run a custom cable up, you know, into my room. And that was like,
fancy.
This is a handy guy to have around. I guess I'll keep it.
Still proves to be pretty handy when it comes to that stuff.
Men, you want to get that girl that you really like? Make her a really long Ethernet cable. That'll you'll put a ring on it right then and there.
The secret to it all.
The secret.
Obviously, that is just the very beginning of Cliff's talents and gifts, but yeah, that's kind of how it started.
And for a lifetime of bliss, get her water in the morning, sprinkle a little magic something in her drink, and then she's all yours. Just don't ever stop
don't
for
do
17 years.
Don't do that.
No, don't do that. That is bad. I also have dark sense of humor, so I'll try to reel it in for this.
This is why we don't let Cliff on very often.
Oh, y'all are so fun. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Okay, so we've kind of touched on this. Clifford kind of started talking about it, but give us more details about how the Confetti Bar started. We know that one day you woke up and you looked at Clifford and you said, "Hey, let's start a confetti shop." Or you wanted to start a confetti shop.
I said, "Hey, man, let's do this confetti thing." No, yeah, I mean, literally that is what happened. I woke up one day and, well, I'll let Cliff tell that part, but I think I've always been a creative person, and Cliff will attest, again, very handy to have around. He has built me many a website. And prior to Confetti, I had a blog. I had a site where I made jewelry. I think I had another blog or two at a certain point. And so I was always dabbling in creative ventures and all of that. So it wasn't our first time kind of down a road of creating a website and kind of not necessarily starting a business with all those other ventures, but dabbling. But then, yeah, I used to sort these mixed bags of sequins and confetti for therapy, where I'd pick out the similar shapes and colors and kind of sort them into these little organizers. And it must have just hit me one day that nobody makes really artistic, fun and unique confetti. It was just all kind of the flat metallic kind of stuff you could find. So I was like, and I guess the seed was planted, because then I woke up one morning and Cliff can tell the rest from his perspective.
Yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, yeah, it was one morning, Jessica we were just sleeping next to each other and starting to slowly wake up, and I was like, good morning, and she goes, first words out of her mouth, not even good morning, it's just, I want to start a confetti shop.
It's my favorite thing.
And there's this long pause for me, because my brain is just like old school black and white cartoon, like a clock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, trying to hold on, or the gear slide. And I was just like, okay.
To Cliff's credit, though, he said it took a minute, but he was just like, okay. He wasn't like, what? No, he was just
right.
All right, we're doing it.
Because by this point, we had done, Jessica's Julier, Jessica, etc. Love
As
Colorful.
Lots of sites.
Lots of sites. Simple and Sweet came later, though, right?
Yes, no, that was later.
Yeah, that came later, kind of got semi-retired shortly thereafter. It's still technically live, but I got to migrate that site anyway. But yeah. Well, Love Colorful, I think, is still live, possibly.
Maybe.
And Simply on Sleep definitely is. But yeah, I mean, she's had many ideas, and like Jessica Julier, she used to do handmade jewelry accessories and stuff. And there really wasn't a hosting platform. Today's day and age, you want to start a shop, you just set up a Squarespace or a Shopify or one of these other things. There wasn't really anything like that back then. So I had to download
back in the day.
Back in the day. So 10,000 years ago. So
it's been 84 years.
I just watched that the other day.
I've been wanting to watch it. Okay. Side note,
man.
Titanic, good movie. Watch it.
Yep. Well, which side note on that, when I edited the episode where you guys were talking about, had the guest, was it Lindsay?
With Lindsay.
Yes.
Yeah, and talking about could Jack fit in? And I had to grab that audio clip. I hadn't seen the movie in years, And like last time I saw it on like well, actually not last time. Yeah, no, was it? Did we watch it ever together? Titanic?
Probably at some point.
Probably. The first time I ever saw it was on the original VHS release where it was 2 VHS tapes. And you had to, after the 2 hours, you had to like swap to the next tape. My sister had her friends over. She's like, "You're watching Titanic with us." Like, okay, I guess. I have nothing better to do. And still a great movie. But so rewatching this for the first time, and I always had, remember like, "I'll never let go, Jack. I'll never let go." No, the real scene is, "I'll never let go, Jack," kisses his hand and immediately pushes him into the water. And it's like, you didn't even wait 5 seconds. You lied.
Okay.
And I get like it's symbolic, like she'll never let go of him emotionally, but she
Yes.
physically let go of him.
You are not wrong. And it's been a long time since I watched it. And I forgot how long that it was. I watched the first DVD one night and then the next morning popped that second DVD in. But to Lindsay's credit, I think that she's right. I don't think that he could have fit on. He tried to get on and he couldn't. And also, she said that she would never let go of the dream. And so I just feel like I understand them a lot better. And I'm really glad that I got to talk about it.
Re-listen to the episode or find the clip on YouTube. She says, "I'll never let go, Jack," kisses his hand and then goes, "I'm here. Look, find me."
But it's the earlier speech. I've been thinking so much about this.
Yeah, earlier speech. I think James Cameron did a video online of like he hired some people like in the water to like test this out, and was like, yeah, it's highly improbable that he could have survived with her on the thing, but on a scientific level, technically, it could have been possible. So,
Cliff's not convinced.
I don't think it's been 84 years of guilt of my crime. That's really what it is.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Also, if you want to have some entertainment, next entertaining thing, look up the deleted scene of the ending, where instead of Rose just quietly going out to the deck and just throwing the necklace over, she's standing over, like holding it hostage, and the crew's like hostage negotiations, like, "Don't do it, don't throw it over," and she kind of convinces them to let her do it, and they watch her throw it over the side of the boat, which I think is a better ending. Honestly.
Literally, yes.
Seriously, look it up. What? It's the real deleted scene, the deleted ending to the movie where she like has it. It's like you think it's a joke at first, but then you're like, this is the real intended ending. And then they were like, no, this is too extreme. She needs to like quietly sneak it out and then just like toss it over, like, because they're trying to find it. Like, I don't know where it is. Guess it's missing. And she's like, it's gone now. But the original was like, I had it the whole time. And I guess people were just kind of like the people test reviewing it and editing are just like, well, if she had it the whole time, like, why would she do this grand reveal and waste everyone's time? Like, whereas the ending we all know, it's like, oh, she
kept it a secret.
Kept it a secret. It's more romantic. But anyway, so all that rewinding back to the point of there weren't any e-commerce hosting platforms back in the day. Pro tip, if you ever forget what you were just about to say, you're like, oh, what was I just going to say? Think about the last thing you were thinking about before you forgot it. And there's usually a logical trail that leads you back. So when I do my rants, I try to go backtrack as best, because otherwise I will forget. And so when it came to Jessica Julier, I had to find some open source e-commerce software that allowed for like credit card processing, which not even credit card processing. I think we just did PayPal because everything we know now about processing payments, it would have been impossible back then. At least I think legally, it probably would have been hard for us to do it back then. So we just did things like PayPal and whatnot. But so when she told me, rewinding again. So when she told me that she wanted to do a confetti shop, we had a few more options. I think the original store was on Big Cartel.
I think it was
and
for a short period of time.
Well, they did everything we needed it to do. It's just the problem we outgrew it. Like the 404 page, like when a page not found, you couldn't customize it. Yeah. So people wouldn't know how to like get back to the main homepage and this and that. And we were very limited. So me being the being the nerdy guy I am that just likes to code things up. I ended up working with a managed WordPress platform with WooCommerce and have been running that for a while ever since. And it's been working fine. I'd like to move us to Shopify at some point, but we'll see how that goes.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Hopefully not in 84 years.
It's been 84 years.
Starts it all again. Oh my gosh.
That's the new deleted scene. Jessica's like, I'll never let go, Clifford. Kisses my head, pushes me in the water, and then goes to a new web developer who can make her a website like that.
Whoa.
I would
That would
never.
I know you
never.
wouldn't.
That would never happen. Which
I know you
leads
wouldn't.
me to
Jessica,
next
will you
thing.
ever let go of Clifford? Would you let Clifford on the door with you if you were in the middle of the ocean after your boat just sank?
Can you imagine?
Yes,
That
I
was my
would.
next question.
Actually, the answer to that question is no, she wouldn't let go because she knows I generate a lot more body heat, and she'd be like, no, bring him on the boat.
He'd be up on that door with me.
I'm so glad to hear it. I can't live through that again, honestly. Whew. Okay, so I don't know if many people know this about y'all. Y'all obviously work together with the Confetti Bar stuff. You have a totally separate day job that you work together there. You're partners in life. You raise and be joy together. There's so much togetherness, and I'm always pretty fascinated, and I just want to hear, what is it like working together and all the things?
It is a lot of together time, but honestly, we love it. It's not for everyone. I could recognize that, and I could recognize there's probably not a single other person in this world that I could be with that much and not be sick of them. But I think the thing we've always kind of said about each other is we are truly best friends first, and I think that makes a big difference.
Yes.
And so that's the foundation of our relationship, right? So in anything we do, whether it is working together in various ways, parenting together, being husband and wife or whatever, it always comes from this place of genuinely liking each other and liking to be around each other. And having been together for so long, we just understand each other. We kind of know how the other works. And so a big part of it for me, at least working together, and again, whether it's at a job or working together in life, to just have that person that you understand so well, and you don't have to worry about sort of tiptoeing around them or kind of wondering what they're thinking or kind of anything like that. We just get it, and it allows us to be much more productive. And we don't have to agree on things, and we can definitely get heated over discussions and whatnot, but at the end of the day, we both know we're coming at it from the same place, and we both want to be on the same team, and we want to figure it out together. And so I really enjoy that, and I feel very safe working with someone that I trust and care about and love so much. And I honestly wouldn't have it any other way. So
yeah, no, I 1,000% agree on that. It's love and friendship first, and not love in the sense of people are like, oh, I love you, because there are a lot of people who I mentioned earlier that it's when we were younger, I wasn't the best of people. And I always tell Jessica, I never really knew what love was until I was with her. And not I met her and fell in love, the real love of just a connection you have with a person where if they're not around and you don't have something to do for yourself, you don't know what to do, because that person just fills that void in your life, because they are just, you have that connection with them. It's your other half. And yeah, there are times Jessica and I have our own things. She needs to hey, I just need an hour to go drive around and do whatever for a bit. It's yep, do what you got to do. Or hey, I need to go run the treadmill for 45 minutes. We have our own things that we do, but it's not to get away from each other. And it's funny because I've chatted with, people that we know, or not chatted with, but we know people that we get an inside look into their personal lives. And when one wants to do a fun project like what Jessica does, and the other is just kind of oh, really? Like, you want to do that? Like, there's like little to no support. It breaks my heart because it's like, it just makes you feel like, is it friendship first for them, or is it just spouses, and I personally am the person where it's like, I've learned, you marry your best friend, because if you're not marrying your best friend, that spouse is secondary to somebody else, or to an aspect of your life that's secondary. And that's the hill I'll definitely die on, is that it's like, yeah, we have our disagreements sometimes, we talk it out, we don't like drama, we don't like letting things linger, and we express our feelings, but then we get back to a good place after. And anything that tries to get in between that, it's like, no, like, this, it is us first, us against the world, I guess. But, and that's why it's like, we do Confetti Bar together, we get to be creative, we do everything together there. Through our day job, we work on things together as coworkers. And maybe that is off-putting to other people, because it's like, oh, here's these two, they're always going to agree on stuff. Oh no, we definitely don't always agree on
We
stuff.
do not.
When we want to dig our heels in, we do, but it's from a place of caring. And like, I've even told the people at the other job that I'm like, the day to worry about is not the day where we get heated about something, it's the day we stop caring. The day we're just like, whatever, do what you want. Like, that means we've checked out. And in our relationship, we have not checked out, and it's only gotten stronger in the 17 years that we've been together, and the nearly 20 that we've known each other. Neither of us have checked out, and it's only gotten stronger for us, at least from my point of view. I know it's
I would agree. And we've said this a lot throughout our lives. Like, we've, in that amount of time, we inevitably have been through a lot together, a lot of hard things, a lot of happy things. So both the spectrum of good and bad. And we are very different people than who we were when we met. But the thing is, like, we've always grown together, and we haven't grown apart. And we've always been very supportive of the other person as we do enter new chapters in our lives and go through different seasons of life. And we've always been very willing to be open and honest and kind of talk about how we're feeling and grow as a couple, and not just grow as individuals away from each other. And I don't want it to come across like codependent, like, like we aren't our own individual people, but that's, I think, what makes us so strong, is that we have our own individual sense of self, and we're always each trying to better ourselves and work on personal development and growing. And, whether it's therapy or, learning new hobbies or skills or whatever it is. And we both support each other fully in that, and want us to have our own interests and our own aspects of our own lives. But it's always with the intention of being there together through it all. So I think that's what makes a really big difference.
Mm-hmm. Literal goals. Everybody throughout that whole thing was just like, "Aw," and giving us some things to think about. So thank you.
Well, hopefully.
I love it. Well, the Confetti Bar celebrated 10 years, which I think is incredible. Yes. And I'm very curious to know, has there been like a highlight project, like a specific order that really stood out, or something that's been extra fun in the past 10 years?
I do have my favorite email I have ever gotten in the history of ever that came through the Confetti Bar. Let me pull it up here.
I'm so excited.
Okay, so this happened in like 2016, 2017.
Okay.
I got this email that came through the website. I'll read part of it, but it said, "It's my 16th birthday next week. My sister is 13, and for my birthday, I was going to dip my sister in confetti. Would you be willing to sponsor our post? We would need some confetti. Any confetti would do. Spare confetti, confetti fails, confetti that's been used, confetti that you just don't like. I will take anything. Might you be interested in donating to my confetti cause?
Oh my gosh.
Please let us know. I love your site, by the way. You are truly awesome. XOXO, Ash the wannabe confetti dipper. So I literally, like, the best email I've ever received. So I wrote her back and I was like, of course, like, yes, I will most definitely send you confetti. And so then she wrote back to my next favorite email I've ever gotten.
Oh my gosh.
And she said, "Hi, Jessica, your email made our day. Thank you so much for your reply. So I'm going to spray her down in her clothes and shoes with spray adhesive and roll her wearing the clothes in the confetti. Then I'm going to dump whatever is left on top of her. She is roughly the area of a sheepdog. She and our sheepdog are the same size as I covered them both in felt one day. She is 5 foot tall and roughly 90 pounds. And then it goes on, and then she says at the end, thank you for helping me make my confetti dreams come true. That forever and always will be the highlight of the Confetti Bar for me.
That is so good. I'm also really glad that she explained this dip process because I was like, I'm here for it, but like, how?
Oh, she's got
and
it.
then the sheepdog.
The size reference. I love it. It was my favorite.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
I will never forget it. I will forever be impressed by it. And I challenge anyone to send an email like better than that. I love all of your emails. I love every project we have worked on. But this one holds a very special place in my heart.
That's like 1,000
And
out of 10.
she remembers pretty much every email that comes through. So if you make an impact, you'll make an impact for life.
Yes, but that is the highlight for me in these 10 years.
That's so good. Wow. Cliff, can you top that?
No. We've done so many that like I don't even remember half of them. So it's like it's like I'd forgotten about that one, and then it's like now it's all coming back. So she remembers them all, and then I remember the big ones.
Yeah.
We've obviously had a lot of moments, but I think to keep it real with the people, from your perspective. So I honestly, for as much as I do remember about this business, this is something that I must have blocked out because I truly don't remember much of it. But Cliff says he has a very vivid memory. And I want people to know that, as I always say, it's not always sunshine and rainbows, not even here in Confetti Land. Yep. And when I first started this business, pretty early on, you know, I was working full time when I started this business. And obviously I was very grateful when it kind of took off and we were making orders and, you know, I had a lot to do. And at the time we were living with my mom and stepdad and I was working out of the basement. And there came a breaking point where I guess I couldn't really handle doing both. And so I'll let Cliff take it because, again, I don't really even remember the details. But it was definitely a pivotal moment for the Confetti Bar. We'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I remember coming downstairs into the basement to talk about an order or something. And I just came around the corner and I just see on the far end of the basement, Jessica is just kind of like huddled over on the floor, just like holding her head, just crouched over and just like mental breakdown sobbing. Like she just hit a breaking point because she was juggling, you know, doing a day job thing and then doing this confetti thing that was growing more and more. And just like the exhaustion with like, it can't get any bigger without something giving. And that's when it was like, you know, just kind of, you know, like, okay, take a deep breath. Let's talk this out. And it kind of was like, well, it seems to me the answer is obvious of one of two directions. Either, you know, Confetti Bar has to go or the day job has to go to make this work. And I was like, and I don't think you should give up the Confetti Bar.
Mm-hmm.
It should be like, because there will always be another day job to fall back on if things don't go the way we want. But there's only one chance to really see where this thing goes.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of chatting. I know, like, we were living with her parents at the time, or her mom and stepdad. And, she told them what she wanted to do, and they were fully supportive. They see the same thing that I've seen in her, that like when she wants to make something happen, she makes it happen. She puts everything behind it plus an extra 50%, to 100%, 1,000%, whatever percent, and makes it happen. I mean, let me look at the Christmas in Confetti Land. Like the traditional method would be, we'll do some like, cheap ebook on Amazon and do like, Kindle publishing. And then you get like that soft cover book. She's like, no, I want a hardcover book. I want it to be like a children's book. And what publisher is going to publish this idea for people that, like, yeah, we have a following, but we're not like celebrity status. We walk around Target and see the Mariah Carey Christmas book, and it's like, of course she has a Christmas book, but then it's like, so what does Jessica do? Contacts the publishers and does these late night calls and gets all the details and has thousands of books sent to our house, where the UPS delivery guy's like, I just want to bet with my boss because he didn't think this was a residential address. And it's like, like, she made it happen. Like if you have a copy of the book or are planning on wanting a copy of the book, like the card cover has little spot glitter that's intentionally placed on there. And that was because she pushed for it. Like when she has a vision in her mind, she does whatever she can in her power to make it happen. And if there's literally nothing that can be done, she'll find an alternate way that gets us to the same direction, even if it wasn't part of the original vision. So they saw that, I see that, and that's where Confetti Bar just grew from there and still continuing to make it grow today.
That's amazing.
Give me all the warm and fuzzies. But I will say it is both a blessing and a curse to be that way. But I just can't help myself.
Well, I think it's your superpower.
Well, thank you. But yeah, I mean, I think it's just important for people to know, like, this business, while we've been around for 10 years, it's been a lot of ups and downs. And, I've juggled it with a day job. I've done it full time for a number of years, and now I'm back to juggling it with a day job. And so like, it definitely like ebbs and flows as far as, energy and effort and all that kind of stuff. But I will say, for as much as I, in my life, as has become obvious today, have done many things and have a lot of interest, and when I get something in my head, I tend to go full force into it. Other than Clifford, Confetti has truly been my one constant that has just always been there. And I feel very comforted by the fact that it truly feels like my calling, in whatever form that takes and whatever part of life I am in, and whether it's full-time or part-time or anything else. It's always there. And I'll always be here with the Confetti as well as Clifford, because truly this business would not exist without him, like in any way, shape, or form. Like, I may have thought of the idea and I might be the creative vision behind it, but he obviously made it come to life, and he manages all of the maybe not as glamorous behind the scenes parts that makes it happen. So it is truly both of our business, both legally and symbolically.
Hashtag Team
Even
Confetti.
though I am 51% owner.
Yes,
hey, woman-owned business.
Yes. That's so good. I love it. Well, I know that y'all know each other very well, so I thought that it would be fun for you to describe the other person's ideal vacation. So, Cliff, can you describe for us Jessica's ideal vacation?
Beautiful sunny day, warm, not too hot where it's sweltering heat, but warm enough that we can enjoy, get a nice tan on a beach, a nice beach, hopefully with no one else around, but one where we can sit and relax, read a book, enjoy the waves, and then go for a walk barefoot on the beach, just talk, explore, maybe find a place to walk that, if there's like a neighborhood nearby or like a trail or something, walk around there. And then end of the day, just have a nice dinner together, seaside, just the two of us enjoying maybe some nice Thai food.
From
Whatever it may be.
Za'an, as we
From
call it.
Za'an house.
Yes.
Am I in the ballpark at least?
Yes, very much so. He
Sounds
does
like a
know
good
me, and
time.
he knows my ideal. The no people is a big one.
The challenge is trying to think of new ones. So it's like, if we do that type of evening or vacation, then it's like, okay, what's the next one going to be? The same thing, but elsewhere? Like,
Rinse and repeat,
being
please.
creative
It's
is,
a good one.
yeah,
We
being
can
romantically creative is a challenge.
repeat. We can repeat. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, there we go. It just got easier.
Jess, your
Let's
turn.
see. Clifford's ideal vacation, I think, would be something along the lines of being out in nature. So, like a little cabin-ish area out in the woods somewhere, again, away from people. I think he would enjoy being able to go for a run by himself for a little bit out in the woods. I think he would very much enjoy just having some relaxing time to doodle in a notebook and write down some ideas. Then have a campfire where maybe he plays some of his guitar, and then someplace away from any lights where he can sit out and we can look at the stars.
Wow.
Beat
I think
that.
you nailed it.
I'd go on either of those vacations. Y'all know.
You're
how
okay.
to
You're
live,
invited.
but- Oh,
Mostly no people, but Alexis is invited.
truly an
Yeah.
honor.
No, that does sound like an amazing, especially the evening of the stars. Just because, like, I know, for those who don't know, I was born in upstate Vermont, like maybe an hour south of the Canadian border, and let me tell you, being in Connecticut, light pollution is a real thing. Like, we see the stars, but it's like you don't see the stars here like you do in the woods when there is not a light. When there's the biggest city is Burlington, Vermont, and anybody who's been there knows what I'm talking about in comparison to like a New Haven or a Hartford or something, or New York or whatever. It's like, yeah, Burlington is tiny for a city. So to be out in the middle of nowhere where there is no light anywhere nearby and you see stars that you did not think existed to the naked eye, it's amazing. So, and I remember being a little kid and like laying out when we heard about like, like meteorites or the shooting stars, to be able to lay out there and see them without any special equipment, no telescopes, no binoculars, and just see them because it was that dark and it was beautiful. And the stars would light the sky. So you wouldn't, I mean, yeah, it's still pitch black. You wouldn't want to be walking around the woods in the middle of the dark, but like to at least, be out in your front yard, it felt safe. It was relaxing. So yeah, definitely that would be, I could definitely go for that again.
Nice. That sounds incredible. I love it. Well, before we move to our last thing that you know what's coming.
Here we go.
Is there anything else that you feel like you want to share that needs to be said, a story that needs to be told?
I think it needs to be said that everyone hopefully can find a Clifford in their life, because to have someone who genuinely and consistently supports you in every single thing you want to do and every crazy idea and just anything under the sun, and never has to question it or never, makes me feel bad about it or anything, quite the opposite, will do anything in his power to make it happen, is something truly very special. And I feel very grateful and very lucky that I not only have a Clifford, but the Clifford in my life. So it is my great hope for everyone else to find their own version of Clifford.
And I agree and feel the same way, that I think everyone needs a Clifford in their life. No,
See, it's true.
From my point of view, you don't want a Clifford. No, no, you definitely want a Jessica in your life for sure. The amount of patience she has with me, with the craziness that I bring. She is the calm. I am the crazy. So it's, and I know she'll disagree, but oh no,
I do disagree. See, we don't always agree on things.
Exactly.
Got him.
I would be.
Your crazy is quiet. My crazy is loud and bounces off the walls. That's the thing.
True, but I think that's part of it. We complement each other in different ways. Like
Yes.
my crazy is like the creative crazy of like, again, being all over the place with like creative projects and like being up till all hours, like on a new project and like all that kind of stuff. And he's the one to sort of stay calm and like remind me like it's fine, take it one step at a time, and all of that. So yeah, I would argue that you are the calm to my crazy.
Yeah, we calm each other in the right ways, because I know like when I get heated about something, I can take it to a level 10, but eventually I get to my shutdown point, and then it's just like, okay, and then she can tell when I'm getting too much as well, and it's like we can help each other. The only downside is when we both have hitting our limits at the same time, but then we just kind of take our time for a moment, and then we get back to comfort each other, because we know that's what we need for not only the other but for ourselves. And that's really what it's about. Have yourself a Clifford or a Jessica. It's just having and it goes back to what I said before, you marry your best friend, because at that point, even if you're mad at the other person, when you know in your heart that the one person you want to talk to about the issue at hand is that person, you find that common ground, because you don't move forward if you can't, and at that point, what do you do? So yeah, no, you find yourself a Jessica to be the calm to your crazy, to come up with these amazing ideas, to come up with these amazing ideas, or just to like, whatever your shortcomings are, just to be like that, like to fill in those gaps, to, and then maybe that's the better way to word it, is that like, you don't find somebody just because like, oh, this person's great, da da da, like that's great and everything. You find somebody who finds the good in you and finds the better parts of you, and builds you up to make you a better person and makes you feel good about yourself and what you do. That is who you find. And when I wake up and am reminded that there's this amazing person next to me that makes me feel great to be who I am, and that I want to be better for them, then that's the win.
Wow. I mean, what else is there to say out there? Except I'm still looking. So, listeners, if you know anyone, send them my way.
We're going to have like confetti match. Ooh, I wonder if that could be a thing.
Confetti
match. You just you talk about your confetti mix, and then when you find someone whose compliments yours.
That's incredible.
Okay, next idea. Okay.
All right, my guy.
The confetti love connection.
That's great.
Who will be the next contestant on the Confetti Love Connection?
Oh, boy.
Oh, wow, I'm here for it. All right. But what I'm here for actually right now is the super silly segment.
Did I not anticipate this?
I don't know.
I am so disappointed in myself.
All right. So if you've been listening for a bit, you probably know by now that Jessica, she's the backbone of all of this operation. So they just let me take control for right now, which has been crazy and fun. But she always comes up with the questions, and I don't like to look at them because I just think that it's fun to have a surprise. But I must say, I had a really good time finding some questions to ask y'all, and I hope that you enjoy. And I guess I think it'd be fun for both of y'all to answer the questions, or do you just want to alternate questions?
We can both answer. Well, you can pull
Yeah,
an
we can both
Alonda.
answer.
Okay,
You can
perfect.
ask us both.
Let me try to keep track. All right, who wants to go first? Answer first.
I'm going to let Cliff take the first super silly question because I have answered some with Alonda. So
That's
Cliff
true.
has not answered
Okay.
any super silly questions yet. So
Okay.
Let's
All
do
you.
this. What questions you got for me?
Would you rather kiss a frog or hug a leopard?
Hug a leopard.
Okay.
A big, warm, fuzzy frog is slimy. And,
what if it eats your face? Are you not worried about that?
Well, I am worried about the frog eating my face. I mean, that's why I want to hug the leopard.
I think my gut reaction would to be say hug a leopard because in my head it's like, yeah, soft and cuddly. But in reality, if I was really like facing a leopard, I would rather kiss that frog.
What if it's a friendly leopard? Or like a leopard at a zoo that they've trained, you know?
I don't know. That's a lot of what ifs.
I know, that's the thing. That's the point of
what-ifs.
this. There's a lot of what ifs.
I don't know.
What if that frog's got warts?
What if that frog turns into a prince?
See?
I mean, you never know.
Also, why would you want to kiss frogs that are turning into princes?
Moving on. Next question, please.
So, Jessica, would you rather hold a tarantula or be a beekeeper for a day?
I know the answer to this question already.
I would most definitely prefer to be a beekeeper.
Yep.
No thank you on the spiders. Okay?
Okay.
Nope. Nope.
Noted.
Nope. And nope.
Also makes me think of pushing daisies.
Yes.
Yeah, yep.
Yes. I'd be that kind of
Classic.
beekeeper.
Mm-hmm. I could see it.
Clifford.
All right, Cliff.
Oh, my turn to answer.
Mhm.
Tarantula.
Oh,
Ugh.
quick.
Ugh.
No, because it's like the tarantula is just like a big fuzzy spider, and most of them are like, you know, kind of like in a way
That's
they
why
just
it's
like slowly
horrifying.
crawl on you. Whereas
Ugh.
like the bees, like there's always the chance that they can sting you even if you've got the best suit on. And no, I don't like bee stings. I don't want it. I'd rather have the tarantula. This
All
one
right.
single tarantula.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
It's a Home Alone situation.
Mm,
Getting that
oh,
crowbar.
gosh.
Getting that crowbar. Yep, not happening.
Yeah, no. All right, Cliff, what is the strangest thing you've ever eaten?
Strangest thing I've ever eaten?
Mm-hmm.
I do not have a memory enough to know what strange things I've eaten.
The list just goes
actually,
on.
no, I have a perfect one. Dandelion. When I was a kid at a 4th of July parade, I was
Whoa.
dared to eat a dandelion, and I thought nothing of it because like, what is this? Is like grass? Like it's gonna be fun. The bitter taste in my mouth has haunted me to this day. And anything that tastes awful or bitter or sour, I like compare to that dandelion.
Wow. I'm a
Oh,
dandelion fanatic, but I've never eaten one.
Don't
Don't people, because
eat
it's an
one.
edible flower. Don't people like put them on their salads and stuff? Isn't that
And maybe
like,
eat
Good for
some
them.
teas, I want to
like
say.
dandelion greens?
Maybe
Isn't that a
dandelion
thing?
tea is fine, but like I would like the yellow centery part of a dandelion in your mouth is like, at least for me, it was super bitter and disgusting.
Interesting. Jessica, have you eaten any strange things in your
I'm
life?
trying to think. I'm not one for eating strange things, so I will like intentionally not if I can avoid it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to think, but I don't know that I have anything super strange. I mean, it's not. This is kind of a cop-out answer a little bit, but like I don't like to swallow pills. So if I take like vitamins and stuff and they're in like capsules, I will like open them and dump them into like a small glass of like cranberry juice or something and eat that.
Mhm.
And that's usually not very pleasant tasting, but I would rather do that than swallow them. So like, I don't know, does that count as like a weird thing you eat?
I'll accept that as your
It's just
answer.
a weird taste, a gross taste.
Yeah, For sure. All right. Back to you, Jessica. Do people drink or eat soup?
Both. You eat it with a spoon, but you drink it if you're going straight from the bowl.
Okay. Valid.
You eat the contents of the soup and you drink the broth.
Yeah.
So
All right.
similar.
So we're both in both answers. Okay. All right.
Mhm.
All right. Back to you, Cliff. What would your death row meal be?
What crime did I commit?
You can let
That
us know
makes a
that as
difference.
well.
Oh, oof. I can't even think of the crime that I would commit that would require me to be on death row. And probably not something I'd want to answer. So we're just going to assume I'm in a foreign country. I stole like an orange, and now I'm going to be beheaded or something. So, so what would be my last meal? I don't know. Buffalo chicken pizza,
Okay.
maybe.
Jessica, your thoughts?
Five Guys. I'm going with Five Guys, but I would have the actual
Yep,
bun
that makes sense.
instead of the lettuce bun.
Ooh, going crazy.
A game changer. A game changer. They still need to sponsor us, by the way.
Yes, they should.
Yes, they do.
All right, Jessica. Why do we say after dark when it's really after light?
Because we feel like it. It's a good question. Off topic, but I'm going to distract from answering this question is Cliff and I have very much been enjoying the fact that Emmy Joy lately has been saying, like, we'll talk about something, and if we say, like, yesterday, she'll say that she did something yesternight. And we keep saying, like, that actually makes a lot of sense. Why don't we say yesternight?
Wow. That is truly something to think about there.
Yes, yesternight is my new favorite expression she has. It's like, oh man, kind of like, last night. Why isn't there last day?
Wow.
So it's like, yeah, same thing. It's
Wise beyond her years, honestly.
She'll be 3.5 in a couple months.
So,
I did not speak until I was 3 years old. She has Shakespearean words coming out of her mouth. I can't.
Yesternight.
If she didn't look like me, I wouldn't believe she was mine.
I promise you are the father.
Well, she's got mom's intelligence for sure.
Let's get Maury in here. I'll prove it. But yeah, I don't think we should say after light or after dark. I think we should just say yesternight. Okay. Next question.
All right. Next and last question. We'll start with you, Cliff. What is the funniest thing that you've seen in another person's house?
Funniest thing I've seen in another person's house.
Or oddest.
I would have no idea how to answer this question. I can think of weird things in my own house, but not in other people's houses that I've seen.
What's weird in our house?
Me.
Oh, you.
I'm the weirdest thing in this house. I wear that crown proudly. I don't know. I'm like trying to think, how many houses have I been in?
We don't get out much.
Although I will say,
remember, we
were
avoid
house
people.
Hunting, yeah, we avoid people. When we were house hunting, we saw some really weird houses.
Oh, I mean,
in
y'all
like different areas, like stuff. So
y'all have been to Alonda's house. Have you
You
seen the hand?
Little hands.
Oh my gosh.
That would be my answer.
Yeah, I want to answer this question so bad to not do a cop out, but it's like literally like nothing is popping into my mind.
It's okay.
Is like
It's a tough one.
It's a hard question, though. I don't know. What
it is a very
is
hard
weird
question.
that I've seen?
It is. Only hard-hitting questions around
Is there a
here.
backup question?
Backup question.
Peanut butter or jelly?
Do you think that the sea is salty because the shore never waves back at it?
I don't know. We saw when Jessica and I mean, we're laughing, having fun, but in all seriousness, when we had our 17th celebration of like when we first started dating, just like the other week, we went to a walk on the beaches in Hammonasset, and it was like 19 degrees out, and the wind was howling and waving. I have never seen the waves there at that beach be that high, but the waves hit the shore and created this gelatin like foam that just kept growing and blowing away, and it was like beautiful to watch. So it's like they were salty, but they were waving and they were leaving foam behind in their wake. So I don't know. I mean, if they're salty about saying hi. Maybe they're salty because it was so cold that day.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
Wow. Well, thank y'all so much for letting me captain or pilot or whatever the word is this episode.
Depends. Are we in a plane or a boat?
Where are we, Cliff? What's happening in Confetti Land?
Boats don't have brakes, Captain.
Name the movie, Alexis.
Please tell me that it's Weekend at Bernie's.
Yes.
Did I pass? Yes!
She passed the test.
Woo! Jessica's
Yes.
favorite movie, in case anybody
Yes.
needed to
Yes.
know.
Favorite all time.
That I
All
just
time.
watched for the first time last year.
Yes. I'm very proud of you.
Oh,
I'm very proud. And
Thank
you've been
you.
watching Boy Meets World. Puts
Yes.
a smile on my heart.
I didn't tell you, but I finished, and it like made me so sad to finish Boy Meets
so
World.
good,
I need to
right?
go back again.
so
Start
good.
it
Series.
from the top.
So good.
So good.
So good. I mean, you
Save
can
yourself
do
trouble.
Girl Meets
Don't watch
World.
Girl Meets World.
I was gonna say you can, but honestly, like I only watched it to see like the cast from Boy Meets World. I didn't like love it as its own show, but I at least enjoyed seeing some.
Yeah.
The familiar.
Yeah,
faces.
it's seeing the new actors, like the kids, like it almost like they're trying too hard, whereas
Mhm.
like the veteran cast just feels natural in their future environment. So it's enjoyable to watch in that regard, but it's hard to like follow the rest of
It's not the
what
same.
everyone else is
Not
doing.
quite the
So
Okay.
not
I'll
quite
give
the
it
same.
a go. I'll give it a go to fill some of the void.
Yeah.
I like
Then
that
quickly
too.
restart the original series and be
Yes.
happy.
And just repeat. I love it. Well, thank y'all so much. Big old fans of y'all. That's all
We're
I've
fans
got
of
for
you.
ya.
We're big fans too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Of you, of Alexis,
Wow.
not of us. Oh wow, no, not of us.
We're big fans of
Y'all-
us as well, you know.
Be
It's all good.
fans of y'all as well.
I mean, like I'm a little bit of a fan, but like I didn't mean it like that. I meant we're fans of Alexis.
Wow. Thank you.
Okay, well,
Lizzie, Mom.
it's your Emmy.
We got the little voice coming in at the very end.
Emmy,
Emmy
close us
Joy.
out.
Emmy Joy, would you like to say?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Wait, in a second. But
Would you say thanks for listening?
Close us out, girly pop.
just say thanks for listening.
Okay, thanks for listening. I want to go see Mama.
Okay, you'll go see Mama.
Thanks for listening.
Best cameo ever.
Thank you, honey. That was Emmy Joy, everyone.
I love it.
All right, it's last call. Any other mixes for you before you hit the road? Sounds good. If you need a party taxi, call the number on that poster over there. Otherwise, don't forget to always party responsibly.
For more fun, join us on the socials at the Confetti Bar. And you can join the Confetti Club to receive free inspiration delivered to your inbox at theconfettibar.com/join.
Thanks for visiting.
Please, can I have it, Daddy?
Okay, we gotta be quiet.
It's like an Emmy Joy ASMR.
I keep muting the mic as much as I can. Edit these out.